The Whisper of the Angel's Trumpet. I had always been curious about the forbidden, the hidden corners where reality seemed to warp and twist into something unrecognizable. Brugmansia, with its eerie, trumpet-shaped flowers, had whispered to me since I first saw it in the overgrown garden of an abandoned estate. They called it the Angel's Trumpet, a name both beautiful and deceptive, as though it could herald both heaven and hell. The night was unnaturally still when I decided to take the plunge. Under the moon's watchful eye, I picked the flowers, their scent intoxicating, a mixture of sweet decay and forbidden allure. Back in my small, dimly lit apartment, I prepared an infusion from the petals, knowing well the tales of its potency, its capacity to unravel the mind. As I drank, the world around me began to shiver. The ticking of the clock, usually a comforting metronome of time, now sounded like the beating wings of an unseen creature, growing louder with each sip. The shadows in my room seemed to dance, to laugh, and then to cry. First came the nausea, a churning in my gut that promised the crossing of a boundary no sane mind would dare approach. I tried to stand, to move, but my legs were not my own. The room spun, colors bled into one another, and the walls seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting in a grotesque mimicry of life. I felt myself being pulled away from my body, not in the sense of astral projection, but as if reality itself were peeling away like old wallpaper, revealing layers beneath that were never meant to be seen. There was a voice, or perhaps it was many, a chorus of whispers that started low like a gentle wind through leaves, but soon grew into a cacophony that drowned out all other sound. "They come for you," the whispers said, "they who have no form, who whisper in the dark corners of your mind." I looked at my hands, and they were no longer my hands. They stretched and twisted, elongating into something else, something that belonged to the nightmarish realm I was slipping into. The walls of my apartment were gone, replaced by an endless expanse of darkness, punctuated by the haunting glow of the Brugmansia's flowers, now the size of trees, their trumpets pointing towards a sky that was not a sky but a void. I wandered, or perhaps I was carried by the whispers, through this alien landscape. The air was thick with a perfume that was both alluring and nauseating, a scent that promised knowledge at the cost of sanity. Figures moved in the periphery of my vision, shapes that defied geometry, their movements devoid of any human rhythm. One of these figures approached, its form fluid, like smoke given intent. It spoke in a voice that was not a voice but a vibration felt through my very being. "You sought the knowledge," it said, "now bear the weight of what you find." The visions then turned to memories, not my own, but of countless others who had walked this path before me. I saw their lives, their minds unraveling, their screams as they became one with the Brugmansia's realm. It was a tapestry of human folly, woven from the threads of those who dared to peek beyond the veil. Time lost all meaning. I could have been there for moments or for eons when I felt the pull back to myself. The journey back was just as harrowing, the whispers now a lament, as if mourning my return to the mundane. When I awoke, it was morning, the light harsh and unforgiving. I was back in my bed, my clothes damp with sweat, the Brugmansia's infusion empty beside me. But as I looked out my window, the world seemed different. The colors were too vivid, the sounds too sharp, and the shadows seemed to move when I wasn't looking directly at them. I knew then that I had brought something back with me, a piece of that other place perhaps, or perhaps it was a part of my mind that had been irrevocably altered. The Brugmansia had given me a glimpse into the infinite, but at what cost? Now I see things in the corners of my vision, hear whispers in quiet rooms, and the angel's trumpet has become my haunting melody, a reminder of a night when I danced with madness and lost a part of myself to the darkness.